First, we have our ceremonial weigh-in coming up here in about an hour, but first we have a Q&A with two of the best pound-for-pound athletes on the UFC roster today. First athlete out is the number 12 ranked UFC bantamweight contender. Looks a whole lot like a future champion, 16-0 at present. Please welcome Umar Nurmagomedov. Also joining us today, a man who has realized a lot of success right here inside this Etihad Arena, the number 3 ranked welterweight contender, unbeaten in his last 10, dating to 2019. Please welcome Belal. Remember the name Muahmmad. All right, so Belal and Umar are here for you guys for the next 30 minutes or so. We have microphones set up on both sides of the stage. Do not be shy. Feel free to grab a mic and ask these guys about their careers or UFC 294 or anything else that is on your mind. And as we await some brave souls, I guess we'll get into UFC 294 a little bit. It looks like somebody's coming down here.
Guys, you want to ask a question? Come down here.
All right. Come down to the microphones and we'll get a question. As we populate those microphones, I just want to ask you guys, a lot of changes to UFC 294. A lot of people feel like this pay-per-view has actually been elevated. What are your thoughts on everything that's transpired over the last couple weeks?
Yeah, honestly, I do think the pay-per-view got way better. I'm excited for Islam to go out there and prove all the doubters wrong, right? He had a lot of unanswered questions in that fight, so I think he's going to come out here and show everybody how great he is. And then you got Hamzat and Usman. I don't think there could be a better co-main event than that. For Abu Dhabi, all the fans out here.
Umar, how excited are you for UFC 294?
I was Charles and Islam knock him out, choke. It was everybody know he win him very easy. And with Volkanovski fight was very hard. And then I think more interesting. And same to more Kon Imin went with Chimaev and Kamaru Usman. Still interesting fight because Chimaev was pound for pound fight, pound for pound king, and.
No, you're good, man. You're good. We're impressed with your English. We're impressed with your English. Come on, Umar Nurmagomedov, right? Good.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to start to get to some of these questions. We have a lot of people lined up here stage left, so don't be afraid to go over there as well. But we will begin here with this gentleman wearing the Hezbollah t-shirt. What do you have, sir?
Yeah, I love you, Jon Anik.
I love you too.
Hezbollah.
I've got a question for Belal. Belal, now that Dana White has uplifted the flag ban, will you fly the Palestine flag when you beat the winner of Edwards and Colby?
You already know, brother. That's my flag. That's my people. I'm going to carry that flag with me everywhere I go.
I love you, Belal. I love you, Umar. I love you, Jon Anik. I love the UFC.
Love you, brother.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. All right, over here, young man, what do you have?
My question is for you, Belal. Now, obviously, going to be fighting for the belt next. Who do you think is a more favorable matchup for you? Is it going to be Kobe or Leon?
I think they're both easy matchups. To me, I think I'd rather fight Leon because he has a longer streak and he's a champion and he just beat Usman. So it would mean more to me to finish him because we have unfinished business. Kobe's the easiest fight in the division. I think Kobe would be one-round finish for myself.
Thank you. Back over here. Yes, sir.
My question's for Belal. Last time you beat Gilbert Burns with an in-fight shoulder injury. How do we know you have what it takes to be the welterweight champ of the world?
Because I went into the fight on 3 weeks' notice, and I dominated the number 5 guy in the world. I dominated Wonder Boy. I dominated Luque. I dominated Sean Brady. How many other people do you want me to dominate for you to tell me that I'm the number 1 welterweight in the world?
Thank you, sir. Back over here.
John, Belal, Umar, assalamu alaikum, may peace be upon you guys. My question is for Belal. Sorry that you had all these questions from everybody, but Belal, last year I was here. I saw you perform live and win against Sean Brady. This year, seeing you here, you're not fighting, but how was it different? You know, last year you were with Khabib's camp. What was it different this year for you?
I mean, I don't have the anxiety, right, of fighting. I'd rather be a fighter right now, just because the fans, the energy you guys bring to fight week, it's different. Like, I fought all over the world, and there's not a better place to fight than Abu Dhabi. I love fighting here. I love to fight in front of you guys. So that's why when I wasn't on the card, I said, bring me here as a guest fighter, because I still got to be here when the fights are on, because the energy you guys bring fight night, it's different.
Keep that energy alive, Brother Belal. We wish to see you as a champion.
Inshallah, my brother.
Inshallah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, hi. My question's for Belal. How do you think your game has changed after training with Habib? And potentially Islam has said that he would like to move up to welterweight. So would you fight him?
I would never fight Islam. That's my brother. My game has changed so much from training with all of them because they're all amazing people. They're all great fighters. But what I learned most of them is just honestly becoming a better Muslim. Because whenever you're with those people, they hold themselves in high regard. Like if you're ever in a room with them, there's a different type of humbleness. They all want to see you do well. They all want to see you be better. And I think for Islam could go up to 185 and beat Strickland right now. I think he could skip 170, get his double belt at middleweight right now. But inshallah, we get the victory Saturday first. We got a tough test in front of us first. That's all that matters. But after that, we'll see what's up.
Back over here, sir. What do you have?
Yes, sir. Again, for Belal, I have a question. When will you come to Montreal to train at TriStar Gym with Firas Zahabi?
I've actually been to TriStar before. It was an amazing time. The people there were great. For us, one of the best coaches in the world. I mean, anytime I get a chance to, I would definitely want to go back and train with those guys. I love learning from Firas.
Thank you, brother. Algeria and Palestine stand together. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. You all right, Belal? You all right, Usman? This is a question for you, Belal. As the most prominent Palestinian athlete in the world right now, and with what's going on in Gaza and the imminent humanitarian crisis, what do you want to say to the people of Gaza, and what do you want to say to the wider world? What do they need to know about the Palestinian people and their struggle?
You know, for me, those are my people, and seeing it, it's heartbreaking because I wish I could always do more. So for me, it's always just being a voice for them because they don't have nobody to speak up for them. So whenever I have a chance to carry the flag, whenever I have a chance for people, whenever they see me, to see those colors, that's what all that matters to me, because when people see me, they see Palestine. So inshallah, one day when I'm the champion, Palestine will be champion.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Thank you, sir. Back over here, my man. What do you have?
All right, assalamu alaikum. So my question for both fighters, what are your predictions for Makhachev versus Volkanovski 2 and for Usman and Chimaev? And what were your predictions for the previous main events and co-main events?
It's very hard say to prediction. I think both of will be decision.
So how about the previous for the previous fights, for example, when it was for Chimaev versus Costa and Makhachev versus
What do you think was Chimaev, Islam,
yes.
and Oliveira?
Yeah.
I think Chimaev and Islam, they will win.
Okay, and Belal?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with Islam for this victory right here. I think he has a lot to show, and I think it means more to him to beat Volkanovski. And I thought he would have finished Charles. I don't think that Charles... I think it's just a bad matchup for Charles, stylistically. And for Chimaev and Usman, I think I'm going to go with Hamzat. I think he's going to come out here. We've missed him for a while. I think he's going to come out here and make a big statement in Abu Dhabi. And I think he's going to get a victory over Usman.
All right, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Back over here, young man. What do you have?
Umar, Belal, assalamu alaikum.
Bilal.
Belal, question for you. If Islam defends his belt and if you win the title, is fight possible? What do you think?
I think I will win the title, but I think this time next year, you're going to have 3 Muslim champions. You're going to have Islam 155, me 170, and then Hamzat 185. And I think that means more to Islam than anything else.
И, Умар, похожий вопрос, насколько принципиально для тебя вот поединки с соотечественниками в твоем весовой категории?
Принципиальности никакой нету. Если UFC поставит вопрос, что нужно подраться, то не будет проблем подраться. А если есть возможность избежать и подраться с другими, то предпочтительнее драться, конечно, не со своими. Но если будет, например, контендер-файт за пояс, ну, ты дерешься, и следующие тебе говорят, кто выиграет из вас, за пояс дерется или за пояс, то тогда уже выхода, наверное, не будет. Это в зависимости, не знаю, как будут дела обстоят там весе. Ну, посмотрим. Сейчас об этом очень рано говорить.
Все, спасибо большое.
Я даже 12.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
I have a question for Umar. Did you expect that Sugar Sean took the victory over Aljo? And how many fights do you think you need to win till you get the title shot?
I think I was surprised at how like everybody was saying thought Aljamain Sterling will take him down and finish, and he surprised everybody. For me, I think maybe 2. If it will be in top 10, maybe next fight with top 5 and top 1, like 2 fights, I think I will be #1 contender.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for the question, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, I have a question to Umar. Umar, as you might already know, there is another Nurmagomedov in your division, Saeed. So if you guys get matched up, would you fight him?
I think no.
No?
We have good relationship. He training in our gym, and I think it's impossible.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
What's up, guys? Good to see you. I have a question for Belal and Umar. Belal, a few weeks back, Dana said Belal has a fight lined up. And speculations were it was going to be Kamaru. Now Kamaru's here. So I just want to know, do you have a fight lined up, or are we looking at the well-deserved title shot next?
Yeah, you know, we were in talks to fight Kamaru Usman, but now Kamaru is fighting Hamzat, so that just leaves the only person left for me to fight for is the welterweight belt. There's nobody left in the division. I've already beaten everybody else. I got to get what I deserve and what I'm owed, and that's the title shot.
Hell yeah, brother. And for Umar, so UFC recently announced that Brian Kelleher is fighting Cody Nolov. You already beat Brian Kelleher, so would you have rather fight Cody Nolov?
I was working with Cody. He's tough. He's boxing good, wrestling good. I don't know why he not wrestle in his fights, but he can smash opponents. And in this fight, I think, I hope Kelleher not will upset, but I think right now he old. And I think Cody will beat him.
All right, thank you. Jon Anik, I love you.
Love you too, brother. Thanks so much. Go ahead, brother. What do you have?
Assalamu alaikum, Belal, Umar, and John. Nice to meet you. My question is for Belal. For the winner of Leon and Colby, who is it you'd rather fight out of the 2 for the belt?
I'd rather fight Leon because I think that win will mean more to me, right? It'll cement myself as the best welterweight to ever do it. To have, when you look at my resume, it'll be up there with GSP's resume. There'll be nobody else up there with me. I think Kobe, it'll be one that I would want just because I always wanted to slap him in his face, right? I always wanted to punch him. That one would be for just the personal side of it. But I think for career legacy side, it would be Leon.
Yeah, thank you. I love you, Belal. I'm your #1 fan. Love you, Umar. Love you, Jon Anik.
Love you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, good to see you guys. I have a question for Belal and Umar, and that's who in the division have you not fought yet, which you would say is your toughest matchup to date?
I mean, for myself, there's a lot of young guys that are on the come up, right? You have the Ian Garys, Shavkats. I think I get this title shot, I win the title. I have probably like Shavkat and Ian, and I think that would be that would be the whole division I wiped out.
I think top 5, all of they tough. I don't think someone will be easy, and all of them, they monsters, I think.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Good question, sir. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so my question is for Umar. So who do you think should challenge Sean O'Malley next for the bantamweight title?
I think they will organize it with Chito, and then they wanna do fight Cejudo and Mirab, maybe contender fight. It makes sense.
But who do you think deserves it the most?
It's not working like this.
He's right about
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, it doesn't quite
Fair point.
work like that. But thank you. Great question. Back over here, sir. What do you have?
Yeah, I have a question for Brother Belal. Belal, last time you had a fight with Leon Edwards, and it wasn't something you have hoped for like that. But now, as you get the title shot, inshallah, it's probably with Leon Edwards. Does the last outing psychologically affect you if you fight Leon Edwards for the title shot?
No, it doesn't psychologically affect me at all because it was one round. There was really nothing that came of it. The only thing that it did to me psychologically is make me mad because I didn't get a result. Whenever you enter a fight, whenever I get to a fight, it's like that's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Whether I win or whether I lose, I want a result. That fight, there was no result, so it left like me a bad taste in my mouth. So as a fighter, as a man, I want to see what would have happened. So for this fight, I'm just motivated more than ever to show the world what would have happened. That would be me winning the fight.
Inshallah, brother. Thank you.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Umar, I had a question for you. Your next fight in bantamweight, who is your most likely opponent? Who do you want to fight? We want to see you smash someone.
Of course, I want to fight with number 1 in the ranking, top 10. And with this, I don't care. If they will give me anybody, I will accept and smash. Thank
Спасибо,
you.
брат.
No problem.
Thank you.
Hello. Yes, I come all the way from Mexico to watch the fight. And I think in Mexico we have the best fighters in the world.
Hey.
So I'm thinking, and I'm going to ask you both if you are looking forward to fight a Mexican fighter. And what do you think of Mexican fighters?
I love Mexican fighters. I train with a lot of Mexican fighters in Chicago. I was with Yair Rodriguez for his last camp, so I know how hard they are, how good they are. But yeah, I mean, I love all Mexican fighters. They're the toughest guys, right? To be, and they have some of the biggest hearts in the game. So, what was your question?
Are you looking to fight one Mexican fighter? And which one would you like to fight?
No, bro, I don't want to fight a Mexican fighter. I love Mexico.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Belal, this is for you. When you get the title shot, where would you like that to be held at? What stadium? What country?
I mean, when I get the title shot, Abu Dhabi would be the dream fight for me, right here. Inshallah, we can bring it back here. Make sure you just guys all tell Dana White that when he comes out.
We will. We will. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
My question to Belal. I'm from Kazakhstan. I support Shavkat Rahmonov. And eventually, I think you will be match up with him in champion belt. What particular threat, skills-wise, you think Shavkat can bring on table for you particular?
He's really good, right? He's a finisher. He's good everywhere. His striking's great. His grappling's great. He's just a tough guy to fight, and he never quits. Those are the toughest guys to fight. And that's why I think that, honestly, me and him are probably the best guys in the division. So I'm excited for any type of challenge, and once that challenge comes, I'll be excited for it.
So be fair, he is the most dangerous guys in your division right now.
In the division right now?
Yeah.
Excluding myself? Yeah, I would say he's up there. Yeah, for sure.
Two of you. I wish you.
Thank you, brother.
You will have good matchup.
Inshallah, brother.
Thank you, sir.
John, I'm back for you.
Look at you.
Once the Q&A is over, can you grant me the pleasure of taking a photo with you?
Yes, you and me will absolutely connect when we're done.
Thank you, brother. I love you, Mum.
Packers fan, what do you have, sir?
This is for you, John. Is there anything you do to prepare with working with different commentators from event to event? For example, Joe Rogan's not here.
So I don't really change my preparation. It's a really good question. Sometimes as the night is going on, I have to change my style and take advantage of maybe real estate when it's there. Other fights, maybe I lay back a little bit. You know, certainly there is part of me that wishes I had a more consistent broadcast team. As much as I have loved working with 18 different combinations, my preference would be to have one regular team that we could consistently build chemistry with, but that's not my reality, and I appreciate every last one of these broadcast partners.
So you're saying, like, through the night you see when they pause or talk
Well,
more?
just energy, I think. You know, sometimes I feel like a lot of our analysts, first prelim of the night, they hit the ground running and they're very loquacious, and then maybe they'll hit a wall over the 8 hours, and so I'll have to pick up some of that slack. It's my job to make them all shine, and I take it pretty seriously. So.
All right, thank you. Shout out Gunner, Mark.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Back over here, young man.
Hello, I'm from Malaysia.
Thank you for coming, sir.
All right, so my question is for Belal. Why do you think Colby got the title shot before you?
I mean, he definitely didn't deserve it, so there's nothing to do to earn it. I just think that Dana lost a bet to him, and Dana had to pay him something. He owed him it.
All right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who said
Malaysia
that?
stands with Palestine.
My brother.
Go ahead, brother.
Questions for Umar. Salam alaikum, brat.
Alaikum salam.
I just wanted to ask about your shoulder injury. How are you doing? When can we see you next back in the octagon?
I'm good, very well. Recovery is going very good. I think I will come back next year, February or March, I hope.
Nice. And when you fight for the title, bro, good luck. You've got this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Question for Belal. Two questions, actually. So the first one, do you speak Arabic? And then the other one, let's say that you fight for the title and you become the champion next year. Would you think of moving up to the middleweight division? And would you like to fight Hamza or Sean?
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, it's getting better and better. My Arabic is getting better and better. But for middleweight, I would definitely want to fight Sean. I would fight Sean tomorrow if they offered it to me. I'd rather fight him because I think I'd walk through him, and personally, I just hate him. I dislike him. So, yeah, if that one's ever offered, I'm taking that with a heartbeat.
All the best.
Thank you. Back over here.
A question for Belal. Can you say something nice about Colby?
Man.
Just curious.
I don't think I could. It's just, it won't come out. Like I'm trying to, but it's not.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother. Go ahead, sir.
Ассаламу алейкум, Дубай. Ассаламу алейкум, Умар. Ассаламу алейкум, Белал. Умар, вопрос к тебе. Мы с тобой встречались в Казани с Хабибом. Были у вас в этом бою. У меня вопрос, когда-нибудь будет UFC на территории Российской Федерации? Организация. То есть имеется в виду, бои будет?
Ну, это уже вопрос к организаторам. Если мне предложат, конечно, я с радостью поделюсь.
Желаю бойцам, всем братьям-мусульманам только победы и только победа. Усман, это убедительная просьба для ребят из Перми. Привет передай, пожалуйста. Пермякам.
Пермякам большой привет.
Салам алейкум.
Алейкум.
Thank you, brother.
Hi, I have a question for Belal. Do you sometimes think about the Leon Edwards fight and the accidental eye poke back then, and how your career would have went differently if you have won the fight?
No, I don't look back at it. Everything happens for a reason, right? I'm here at this point for a specific reason. I think that every single one of my fights, every single one of the things that happened in the past happened, and it only makes me better and stronger. That fight made me more motivated than ever to show the world and prove to everybody that I am going to be the champion. I'm going to be the best welterweight in the world, because people just looked at that and they made their assumptions, right? They're like, oh, well, what could have been in those other 4 rounds? So now, every day that I'm training, every day that I'm working out, is to show these people, these doubters, that I am the best in the world. And when I do fight Leon again and I dominate him, it's going to show you guys what would have happened 5 years ago.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
My question is for Umar. If Islam moves up to welterweight and becomes the new champ, who do you think wins in a fight out of Belal and Islam?
I think they will never fight.
If they have to fight.
I don't want to choose.
There isn't a fight.
Come on, man. Thank you. I appreciate the creativity. All right, we got about 7 minutes or so, so if you have not lined up yet, we may not be able to get to you. Back over here, what do you have, Guy?
Hi, yes, this is for Umar. Just a question on the new champion. How do you see yourself stylistically in a future matchup with him?
With Sean?
Yes.
I think I can strike with him, fight however I want, and I think I will choose to finish him. Take him down, choke, or sambit, maul him there. Thank you.
Last thing, Viva Mexico.
Thank you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alexander.
My question is for both of you. First of all, free Palestine. Can I get your predictions? Free Palestine!
Inshallah.
Can I please get your predictions on John Jones versus Stipe Miocic?
I'm excited for that one. Honestly, I think John Jones is going to finish him. I don't think there's a better heavyweight right now in the world than John Jones. Everything he does is just so athletic, and he's so gifted, and it's just ruthless whenever he gets into that cage. He's a different person. I think Stipe is a little bit older now. He hasn't fought in a couple of years, and I think John Jones is just going to be too fast, too strong, too quick for him.
I agree with Belal. With Stipe, John Jones, he behind him, he very good. Like he young and he can finish him. But I didn't think he's best heavyweight. The young generation already here.
Thank you. Free Palestine.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, brother man.
Question for Umar. How tough are training session with Khabib, and how do they help you?
Very hard, you know. His weight more than mine, and he always maul me, and like I don't know. You have to train with him, and then you can understand this. But after him, with my division, very easy, and I do same things with my opponents. Thank you.
It's a great answer.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Assalamu alaikum, Umar and Bilal. My question is for Jon Anik. Jon Anik. I want to know in which hotel is this Daniel Cormier DC, and tell him he's a real god, he's a real pound for pound king in UFC.
I can certainly relay that message. You want me to tell you what hotel he's staying at, huh?
Yes.
Is there anyone who can tell this gentleman where the UFC host hotel is so I don't have to do it? I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I'll pass along the kind words. Back
Hotel
over here.
6.
We got about 4 minutes to go. What do you have, my man?
What's up, John? Your fit is very nice tonight. What's up, Umar? But my question is for Belal. I heard you be talking crazy about my city, Philly, but I just want to ask you, how's the Bears season going this year?
You came all the way from Philly to say that to me, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We're going to get the #1 draft pick next year, so that's all that matters.
All right. Good job, guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you,
You
brother.
can hear that Philadelphia accent all the way up here. Thank you, brother. Go ahead.
Hey, John, this is for you. I'm from South Africa, and since we have a contender, we got Dricus up there, and I know Dana says he wants to come to Africa. When are we coming to South Africa? When's the UFC coming to South Africa?
Could you imagine? I just hope that it's 2024. I guess I would speculate that 2025 is probably more likely. I just hope they call my number because Dracus du Plessis is the man, so is Cameron Simon.
Yes!
And Dracus deserves to have a show in South Africa, so hopefully that's in the not-too-distant future, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, I have a question for Belal Muhammad. Will your training regimen change now that USADA won't be in the picture come January? And will you take TRT or anything like that?
No.
No?
No, yeah. I think UFC is still going to have drug testing. They're going to have just a different body of doing it. I think people just don't understand the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, but I do think there still will be drug testing. Well, I'm hoping so. If not, I'm just not trying to fight Brock Lesnar, so everybody else is cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, guys. Question for Umar. What do you think is a more difficult fight for you, Sterling or O'Malley, and why?
I don't know. I really don't know. If choose between them, all of them. Sterling, I think, more dangerous in wrestling and grappling. If he take your back, it's gonna be very difficult for you to go out. And Sean O'Malley, he very good in striking. I don't think they make me trouble, both of them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll stay over here. Right back to you, sir.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. I have a question. I know the importance of mentality when fighting. How much has changed from your first fight to your most recent? to both of you?
I think it's changed a lot. Like when I first got into the UFC, you look at it differently, right? Because I got into it undefeated and I was doing a certain amount of stuff and I was like, I just did enough to win every single fight. So when I got in, I realized that there's guys out here just as hungry as me, just as tough as me. I had to change other things in my life. Your mentality has to change because when you're in there with a killer that has the same drive and the same heart and the same will as you, that's where it comes down to mentality. And I think that I have one of the strongest mentalities in the division and in the UFC.
Thank you.
I think dedication and discipline make you confidence, and when you work hard many years, you beginning believe yourself, and big difference between when you're beginning and right now.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much. Assalamu alaikum.
All right, we got time for 2 more questions, one each side. We'll start with you, young man. What do you have?
Assalamu alaikum. Hello. I want to ask to Belal. Last year, I saw you for the first time. It was my first UFC event, and I really loved it. But a few months ago, you were supposed to fight here. So what happened? Like I heard that you were gonna fight here.
I was going to do a grappling match here. It was supposed to be one of the grappling matches that's happening tomorrow or tonight at ADX. But that's when they called me to fight Usman later this month. So I had to like pull out of the grappling match just in case I had the fight. But I would have definitely loved to do the grappling match. Inshallah, we could do it again next year. I know it's going to keep bigger and bigger every year.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, final question. What do you have, brother?
Hey guys, for all three of you, I feel like Usman is getting counted out of this fight. I feel like people are forgetting how good he is. Can I get your predictions on the co-main event?
I don't think it's really forgetting how good he is. I think people just know how good Khamzat is. You know, Usman's been at the top. He's been a champion, and there's levels to hunger. Khamzat wants to be that champion now. He's never tasted it before. Usman's already tasted it. I think there's just levels of like that chase for the gold, chase for the dream. Khamzat's still on his way up. Usman's on his way down.
I agree with Belal. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. And thank every last one of you guys for coming out. Don't forget, fighters will be up here for the ceremonial in about 20 minutes. One final time, though. How about a hand?
brother.
Umar Nurmagomedov and Belal Muhammad.
Thank you, guys.